What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Seven Nights Flashpoint. Deciding to start these on mission start. We will recap base planning after the mission is over. Otherwise, welcome. We have a Loot 3 Files mission for our gunrunner contact Diego. And in the canon of how Loot 3 Files missions works, there is an insider of whatever corp you're raiding who is basically space things across the map so that you can heist them out of the location, sell them on the black market or something else, and make some money. So they're locked around. Some nanofab stabilizers. This is functionally 2200's version of 3D printing. And yeah, get them all together. Again, Diego is our gunrunner friend. Let's empty some loot lockers. Let's find the formula. And we get paid. As long as we get at least one, we'll get a minimum payment of 9k baseline plus 22k per stabilizer. If we can do this on low security, which is not going to happen, we'll get 3 more favors with Diego, which is a good thing, but again, not going to happen. Welcome to Lockdown Station. We're power level 1.43. This is going to require 3 missions until we hit power level 2.0, so that will unlock our next tier of payments, our next tier of potential map objectives. Anyway, this is a very, very large map. It's also one of the oldest maps in the game. This was in the game when I first started playing July-ish of last year. Since then, they've added like a dozen or 2 dozen. But I've played this map a large number of times. One of the signature things is there is a gold key door in the middle. You have to buy this from a wire ghost contact with a favor. Getting favors is not always cheap, so this basically cost me the equivalent of like $32,000. We're going to hope that the loot boxes are at least that high value. We're, of course, still against enemies of what, power level 4? Yeah, they're still power level 4. If you want to check the difficulty settings, here you go. They have extra health. They are up-powered because of this. They would normally be power level 1 still at this point in the game, if I was playing on normal difficulty. Anyway, let's make the initial plan. Thankfully, only basic guards nearby. And I want to grab this loot box, or sorry, this host for free loot. What's nice, it's actually going to let me turn off some various... These gates don't matter, but like this pressure sensor also doesn't matter. This laser gate is the only one that actually I care about here, so there's not much to get in the way of secondary hacking. As for the other Matrix host, this is going to turn off these 2 area trackers, and then I think this camera is reasonable, and that camera probably also reasonable. So we're going to take this down and then extract down here. We are likely going to extract down there. Can't guarantee it, but it's, again, fairly likely. So yeah, this map is sort of like a big... You know, it's a big oval with rooms. Most of these rooms are pretty easy to walk into and out. This walk is about 4 action points, about 4 AP back, so I'm going to lose a turn and a half by grabbing the box. That's fine. This one's a bit more on the way. It's more reasonable. But this box in particular is incredibly far away. There's 2 pressure sensors to knock down. That's going to be annoying in and of itself. Which means it's going to almost certainly guarantee some escalation, because this is not going to stay down for multiple turns, and it is not hooked into any of the Matrix hosts, which means I'll have to hack it manually. That's going to be relatively annoying. Other sort of preamble worth pointing out is that I bought more Street Dragons for more people. So we've got upgraded scope and the Street Dragon here. We've got a Street Dragon for our sniper. Our gunslinger still has the basic one, but you did put a scope on top of it. And then our hacker has nothing special on his urban assault. They've all got level 2 pistols with mods and silencers, so that's going to be solid for a while, but that's all we've really got. All right, so let's start thinking about our planning. Of course, we want to send our hacker in there pretty much right away. And I'm going to want to probably take this room over and then run across the map. And I'm not sure if I want to just kind of sweep down this way the whole time. And then while my hacker is busy hacking, kind of run back up here and grab the loot. And then join, come over here, grab these, and get out. That's probably the best routing, whatever. The only weirdness is going to be taking this down and having the downtime of this laser gate last long enough to walk across and not have to pop it again. That should be fine, but it's the only other weird consideration here. Anyway, the other thing to think about is early guard patterns. I don't think I need this. I don't think he's going to go all the way around to here and then look, so I'm willing to wait a little bit. I think my hacker will grab this loot box on the way across the map. I might have him open these doors. I might not. I'm not sure what the fastest route's going to be for him. But yeah, I think the plan is hacker goes to hack. One of the other 3 will grab this box. We will go across, and then we'll just join the hacker around here. I think it's going to be the play. And I think we should be relatively safe in terms of overall pathing. So that's going to be the plan. as per usual, let's see. Do I want to use J? I think I am going to go for a J-Tac here. And I'm going to use something around maybe like this. Should allow us to shoot like this guy from here, get this guy and that guy as well. And then that should be pretty reasonable for damage output. Throw it on coordinated charge for move speed and even more accuracy. And then we could just delay and delay and delay and let these guards... You are patrolling, but you're not patrolling anywhere useful. If we played slowly enough, we could actually sneak behind him. And in fact, if I had something like... Yeah, like if I... Okay, here's what's interesting, right? So here's a situation where the Gunslinger's Thrown Bullet or the Agent EX's White Noise would be very helpful, because I could deafen them to the sounds of footsteps. And if I was, for example, melee focused, I could beeline, like I could rush this guy while ignoring these two, because we could turn off footstep noises. That's not going to be realistic here, unfortunately, but that would be optimal. So disable that for now. Delay the last two guards have their turn. Your way over there, and honestly, we're just not going to make enough noise for you to care, so that's going to be fine no matter what. And the last guard is the guy up here, and he is pathing away, and we can make sure our pistols are quiet enough to not wake him up. That'll be fine. Alrighty, it is time to do actual combat now. I think running is fine here. I don't care who's going to hear footsteps. Unfortunately, everyone's going to hear gunfire if I go for a loud version, so... And I also want to make as much forward progress as I can without still revealing myself to this guy. So, like, what I could do is, like, I could run to here, then run back, and then pretend it's going to be enough. And that's probably okay. I do have the highest move speed on this character. And so I think I actually can do that. It's a little jank, but it's probably fine. So, congrats. We got one piece of stabilizer instantly, which is pretty sweet. Mass drivers, I believe, are shotgun barrels. I could be wrong. We could look at it in the safe house, regardless. But there is... Right, there's more to find, but we got some money. So now we've guaranteed 31k. If we need to leave, we can leave over there, kind of at the midpoint. Or we can indeed go all the way down to the bottom. Which kind of reinforces the idea of going through here and then getting this, and then looping back out this way. This is always, again, a very, very long walk, but I don't have much to do about that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and stand somewhere useful. Let's make sure we're in the attack buff, which is going to be right here. Everyone else is pretty open, and my entire team gets to go, so I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Make sure you're using the pistol, right? No one else can do the gunfire, that's good. And which one should I shoot? Probably you, actually. I think that's reasonable. Plenty of accuracy here, plenty of crit chance. First crit is great. And I'm actually going to switch targets here, because I can get a stealth crit, and I have really, really high crit chance because my character natively has high tech attribute and just high base crit chance, and so getting a surprise crit would be really good. We didn't get it, but if we had, that would have been double damage on that shot. So now it's time for the rest of the team. Yeah, looks like I can't get in the buff. Actually, I'm already in the buff, so that's why it's weird. I'm going to see if this is going to count. I'm not sure if it's going to. There we go. Yes, it does. Great. Then I'll go ahead and take my shots. Down you go. And start shooting at you. And to be more efficient, I should actually run a bit forward first. It's going to hurt my accuracy a bit. I should have done this at the earlier on in the turn. Accuracy is still pretty good, though. He's probably going to die. But that's those two gone. And based on the fact that you were already walking that way, I'm expecting you to keep going. I could, you know, use something like look ahead next turn and check, but it's probably fine. Looks like I am not in footstep noise, just barely. That's good news. So I can have him run kind of all the way across the map. I think it's reasonable for him to do so. I'm going to go partway first to make sure I get info on new guards. So I'm going to stop here. That should be relatively safe. Yeah, see, there's a guy right there, so I'm glad I didn't go any farther forward. But there are new guards to knock down. Now, I don't think this is going to be... Oh, I also almost revealed myself, which would have been a really bad thing. Thankfully, I did choose to be behind this barrier, and so I'm okay. That could have been a real issue. To make this easier, I'm going to mark our sites early. Even though I don't super need this. It's just kind of action point efficient. And, again, using these 3 AP to try to get a kill. He's not going to die. I don't have the damage. I have to get really lucky to get the crit here. It's not worth trying. We'll have the team run across the map next turn. And the hacker can go for his opening hacks. So solid amount of AP still saved up. Should be a pretty decent first turn. I did buy the leverage for Matrix Snoop. This should be pretty solid. Alrighty, so we've got a relatively small host. This CPU is in the way of taking down the second set of downloads. What I'm going to end up doing is pathing down here, probably grab the CPU early, take this download, and then at the end go here. The one annoyed is going to be this SPU, but can't do much about that. So I'm going to load Trap Disarm now because I'm almost certainly going to need it. There's almost always traps in the SPU. There is here as well. And it's actually already a 4-node SPU. To be fair, we are hitting a yellow host. This is kind of expected, but makes it a little tougher. So when you download, obviously you have to get rid of the unload cyberdex on any action. Oh, this is going to be really, really annoying. So it's unload on any action, prevent program loading, so you have to leave to load Deception a second time. That's going to be really annoying. Now what I could go for is null op, but I'll have to hit this. I mean, null op will likely kill this and kill that. And that would allow me, yeah, I think it's actually correct here. It's going to cost me 10 AP, but it should prevent this all from stacking up. This will still live, but this will only pop once, then I can disarm it. And this should die because this is increasing my matrix damage by 25%, which means this minimum roll should be 50. So we do take our 10 cyberdeck damage, right? Our shield goes down to 10. But that's fine. Knock these all out. Take our download. And then, as long as this isn't like lose 7 AP on action, let's see, or 4 AP on action, I mean, it's fine. So it's 2 to go. It'll be 2 plus 6 plus 2. It's 12 AP to get through the entire group and leave, which is very doable and completely fine. So even if it is plus AP cost, I'm still okay. And it's not even that, so I'm going to still... It is not correct to go here for null op right now, so I'm just going to go for connection use. I'm not going to go... I'm going to go for scan because I think it's correct to. I'm going to run up thinking, if I go back here, I only have one program to load because I mean, I could unload, reload, scan, but I think I'd rather just actually scan and then just not have all my programs loaded, and that's going to be okay. So, scan there. We know it's around this way. I mean, you didn't have to because, again, the CPU is not like a real target yet. But I'm going to go here, end my turn. Doesn't matter what I load. I'll load Deception because I can. End my turn for now, and then next turn, we'll walk over, we'll scan, we'll disarm all the CPU stuff, or null op it and whatever, and then load attack and do the rest. Something like that. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, I maybe should have just, it doesn't matter. I'm like this and it's fine. So that turn's done. Of course, there's 2 tally. There's some corpses, but those corpses have not run out of timers yet, so nothing special. They know nothing. Your roll is a 15, and I believe we can get the whole team across, so I'm going to go for this kill here. It'll take a bit to get this kill, but you might actually patrol on your turns. Let's just go ahead and do some aggressive plays. Good first shot. After all, he has really good damage overall. And then, am I worried about recoil? Minus 11 is not that big of a deal. But the other question is anyone else going to get here faster than me? The answer might be yes. Because basically the best person should take this lockbox, right? The best option should go for it. Not going to shoot you. There's a guard over there that I can ignore. Pretty sure I can ignore you as well. Yeah, I'll spend 1 action point running. 1 action point crouching, which will not trigger the motion detector. And then we'll spend our 1 action point getting an okay shot. Oh, the positioning changed the cover math. Okay. We still get the hit, which is thankful, but obviously someone has to clean this up now. You'll have to reload no matter what. And looks like I don't want to be in here. If there's 2 people in the zone, we get plus tally. So you've got to stop a little bit short, unfortunately. It looks like I can stop right here. That's going to be completely clean. That's looking decent. Down you go. Solid turn. I don't think there's a reason to precast either JTAC or Strike Zone. This is not a good Strike Zone area. There's only 2 guards and they're basic. So I think you're done. You can see what you're doing, which is standing at the foot of the staircase. You're up, but I'm going to wait in case we get into a weird spot and I've got to react for some reason. Let's go to our second turn of hacking, which is figuring out what's at the CPU. I'm going to null up at the start, because you never know. Annoying, but that's done now. Ouch. That's really unfortunate that all this sucks. We lost, like, all our programs here. Okay. Ouch. Wow, that sucks too. Alright, well, we're going to load the attack program and do it all again. We pretty much lost a turn here. Definitely could have been worse. Definitely could have been better. Alright, well, connection else is 3, so basically clear this out and then disconnect. Damage to connection on any action. Clearly must deception you. Disables target ice. Attacking these don't matter at all. Not going to load any more programs. And the thing is, yeah, because I can't load any programs here, I can't get rid of all the stuff here. I mean, like, like, if this passive ice is, like, can't connect until I'm disabled, I'm just completely screwed, and, like, life is completely pain. So, realistically, the only choice I have is disconnect right now. Now, thankfully, because I still have 1 action point left, I can reconnect here, and I'll only have 10 AP, but it'll be enough to load 2 programs. Or I guess 14 AP. So I can, once again, I guess I'm going to choose to go this direction. So I'm going to for sure use at least those programs, and at least go this far down. So we can get rid of active ice there, scan, load whatever programs needed for that, and then go here and knock down the last couple of nodes. And that should be acceptable. So this is normally why I save null up for the CPU itself, is that way, you know, a double tap clears the entire thing instead of dealing with really annoying ice reactions, but it didn't have that. Anyway, it's fine. Okay, they're both standing still. That's totally reasonable. Oh, you're turning back towards me, but I'm out of your vision range. But I also now can't get my Cyber Knight that way easily because he's blocking that. That's just fine then. Again, we'll leave the hacker to grab this. I'm going to go ahead and run for the... at least opening the gold room. Yep, so we got to crouch all the way across to not trigger the alarm here. I actually want to save security scramble for this camera or that camera because I can't bypass them. Whereas, ooh, actually what's going to be annoying is if these guys decide to turn or move on their patrol routes, I'm in a actually really, really bad spot. So what I'm going to do is actually stop here, which is still in cover. We get more guards, so we know what these guys... well, we know they exist. Don't know what they're doing yet. Yeah, you're going to turn... they're both going to turn toward me, but they're not going to move yet. Okay. I think opening this door is worth. This allows the pathing for my hacker to be a little bit easier. We're also going to be grabbing this box by my gunslinger, so we're not going to get that much forward progress on these guys next turn. I'm going to have to be a little bit slow here. And the mission, like, essentially requires opening all the boxes, so we do have to kind of play it this way. This might get me in. Actually, it should, yeah. Okay. I don't know this one. This is a new one for me, so I don't know what this crafting blueprint is for, but looks interesting. Alright, well, we're going to be running back out when we have time. I definitely do lose quite a few action points by not disabling these. But, again, I would rather have them for the cameras And I'd rather lose the action points than get the security tally. That's maybe incorrect, but it's how I view this. So you're turning. We'll know what you're doing next turn because you're still under look ahead. Ooh, that was scary. Thankfully, he was fine. But that was, I didn't think about that. Okay, so we're going to run down this way. Damage to connection and plus tally. Well, actually, that's going to be completely fine. This is never a worry at all. Tally is at least a little bit annoying. We've got active and traps, so we'll take those. This is exit the node, any action, and damage to connection. So we'll go in that order. Take our downloads, disarm that as well. And then 1 tally per action is a pretty good rate. So we already know we need passive ice for this. So we'll path over here. Plus tally and connection youth are both needed. And I'm out of IO for this turn. So next turn, we will load deception and disarm. We'll get through everything. We'll hack devices, and they'll be able to leave during the next turn. But there's not really a way through this otherwise. Yeah, it's fine. We'd have 0 AP leaving anyway because we're under 10, so it's not a big deal. We're going to have like probably around 3 or 4 AP on the walk out during turn, I guess, 4. Okay, anyway. You're fine like this. Guess we can... Okay, you're turning around at the end of your turn, sure. Makes sense. You're patrolling around, you're like that. And no reason not to keep yielding and let the rest of the guards waste their turns. So you're turning back and forth. I'm, of course, out of your vision range. You are moving back toward them. It's going to be a bigger group to deal with. And it's starting to look like we're going to want JTAC. It doesn't really matter when I cast it. We're still kind of waiting for all the cooldowns to come back. But if he gets like a bad initiative roll and someone else just go like do stuff, we had to cast early. It doesn't really seem correct. I think the correct choice is actually... The thing is, I don't think I can attack this turn still. I think the best I can do is group up and be ready. And like Raze won't be helpful, but we'll just have these 2 guys do as much damage as we can. I think that'll be functional. Yeah, we know you guys are just on turns. We don't know what you're doing, but you're not going to spot me too easily. So, unless we really want Strike Zone, which I'm actually kind of feeling now. Like, as it turns out, Strike Zone is actually feeling pretty good, because he's going to walk in, and we want all 3 kills. And we want them really efficiently, so... I think I am going to... I'm going to run up here. I'm going to precast Strike Zone as aggressively towards this guy as I can, so it's going to be like this. And then we are going to want JTAC to get the kills as well. And I'm actually going to aim it more like here. Well, I guess more like this, because we're going to send the Cyber Knight forward at least a little bit. And that should still give me the chance to cover... yeah, something like that should be fine. And then I will crouch, come up to the edge, and then next turn we'll fight. With these blocks in the way, this guy like can't possibly see me, so I'm not too worried. Standing in a spot where I have line of sight on both when it's my turn to shoot. And you're done. Let's see, how far can the Cyber Knight go? Yeah, so that... I shouldn't be seen at the gold key. Oh, right, I have to still be crouched because of the motion detector. But like, I can go out this far, and that is not where the gold key door is. So this should be fine like this. Go here, open up the door. So we can grab loot. I'm not going to grab it yet because we're going to go for attacks next turn, but I can just stand right here and it's totally fine. Yeah, should be very reasonable. We should be able to kind of alpha strike this. This guy, maybe at worst, is going to see corpses, and I'm not even sure I care. Also, we're going to have tactical surge up, so we're going to have quite a lot of outgoing damage available. If I was really in range, we could have maybe tried to kill this guy. Right, if he was able to like get a little bit farther back, like here, and we threw like 4 shots at him, because she has 3, or could have had 3 if I went to like here or something. Actually, range is, ooh, yeah, range is going to be too tough, right? Getting into attack range requires getting this close. That's in his vision range, so yeah, it wasn't going to be possible. And you can see the corpse, so it's not like killing this guy first would have been good. That's fine. We can be done for this turn. Again, we know they're not going to go spot us. This guy's going to get into range. It's all going to be good. Alright, well, first corpse timer is going to be running out, so we are going to get ourselves our first escalation. I want tactical surge to hit my entire team. We're not quite there, so I need to get my hacker up to at least this square if possible. That should be fine. Everyone else can yield back behind her. Okay, you're actually walking back, so we're chilling. I guess we're strike zone J-tacking for 2 guys, but it will make that turn more efficient, so I don't hate it. Alright, can you finish this turn? And look good while doing so. Load everything else, walk over. We've got use a program, damage to deck, have to kill that. Tally will take next, and then remote controls. And all we really need is, yeah, Laser Gate 4. We don't care about Laser Gate 1 and 2. So just Laser Gate 4. Alright. So of course we didn't have to do that, right? All we got from doing this was taking down 1 Laser Gate. Which, you know, saves someone kind of 1 action point. And I could have disconnected in the previous turn. I do want to knock down this. I'm going to burn the packet loss here. And I'm going to run across that I'm in tactical surge range. And he's going to be, I'm going to be running across like that, probably through here. Probably through there. Someone's got to open that door, but it might be him. Alright. So that's reasonable. Let the guards use their turn doing nothing. So far, so good. You're actually patrolling away from me. Guards, by the way, can see through these gates. They cannot shoot through them, but they can see. So, might have to be, occasionally concerned about that. I'm going to get to here, which will let me, crouch out from under this. That's fine. This doesn't pop until the end of the turn. I can yield back. I could have gone for a marker sites there. It actually might have been the correct choice. I didn't think of it quickly enough. Yeah, let's go be useful and do a bunch of stealth attacks here. Worth noting, you actually can't see the body. And this camera actually wouldn't be able to either. But I will need to security scramble it. So I need to crouch forward at least a little bit because I need to get outside of this thing no matter what I do. And I want to burn my recoil pane now before I have to do anything else special. I'm still not in security scramble range, so that's going to be... Actually, that's fine. I'm going to run another step forward, which will put me here, which will be cleanly in range of everything. Actually, what I'm going to do first is see what you're doing. If you're running towards me, I wouldn't want to stay out in the open, but it's actually fine. So I'm going to run to here. This is unfortunate because I need to do it to get security scramble in range. And that's going to put me back at an even number of action points. And I can't do anything about that. So, kind of unfortunate, but it's the best I've got. I do need to scramble this. There's no way around that. So, we only have so many shots now, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm going to probably break stealth on both these guys, because, again, I have the highest crit chance and highest crit damage character now. So, there's the first crit. Then I'm going to switch and shoot you. And, again, hope to get crits. Yep. And that maximizes my damage. And then I have no reason not to run another step forward then and be inside the room. Like, I think my actually is still going to be very good due to all the overlapping buffs. So yeah, my Cyber Knight has not only my best gunning, but also my best running. Nice, we crit everything, which is pretty awesome. Good start. This guy's going to have no problem getting the skill. If I wanted to really min-max, I would like go for all of the running first, and then like shoot with my 1 remaining AP. The downside is I get debuffed, but I don't really care about that. Stabilizer part 3 is here. We get a scope, we get another suppressor. We've already got that one. We have partial success, right? We've got 2 out of 3. I'm going to run here. That'll give me 1 action point left to shoot him with, which seems pretty efficient. Okay. And then, yeah, still 94, because you just don't generate that much recoil from running. We've crit every single attack. Pretty sweet. Or close to it, anyway. And then, yeah, because we know you're going to run over there then look, we actually aren't in that much danger yet. Yeah, I'm just going to... Yeah, we can have the hacker grab this. I think it'll be okay. We'll have him sneak through, grab the lockbox loot, and we'll secure this area. That's not ideal, though. Like, I'm really thinking about it, and I think the better play is to have someone else grab all the lockboxes so that the hacker can run in a straight line and start the hack as soon as possible, because I'm against the clock here, right? As these body timers run out, we get more reinforcements, and it gets more dangerous. The more reinforcements spawn, the harder combat gets, the louder we have to play. And so anything I can do to save him some action points is actually a good thing. So I am going to run around like this. I don't quite get past the sensor, but that's okay. I'll still crouch in the next box. I'll open this door. It'll be fine. The one downside is I don't have a kill for this camera, so we're going to get revealed getting this box. Ideally, only send one guy through it, but that is going to be an annoyance that I don't have a good way around. If I can get my hacker close enough, if he gets to, like, here, if he gets in this room, he's in range, because this thing has a really, like, this has a really long range. And he does have Tax Surge on, so he's going to get pretty far. And he can probably take this down, and then this is still down for long enough that, yeah, this should work. Alright, we've got a plan. Alright, first reinforcement. We know one body timer has run out. Escalation is Matrix High Alert. That's okay for now. Sue has been sent to intercept where the body timer ran out, which is where my hacking area is. So the nice thing is, yeah, you're going to be running like this and looking for that. No? This? This. So you're definitely running like that. All right, this is your patrol path. It must be, right? But you're not also going until turn 6, so it's fine. Alrighty. We know what you're doing. We should let you waste your turn. We know what you're doing. We can let you waste your turn. I have to be careful about you, but not for this turn. So we can go ahead and yield. Everything looks fine. Coordinated charge is good if I can get my other teammates in here. So I'll need to take, looks like 1 AP forward on my hacker. And maybe, you know, just get to here on the sniper to get him buffed. That's very doable. That should be very clean. That shouldn't be a problem at all. That should be in the circle, from what I recall. Alright, you can yield back. Guards are moving. Thankfully, they're not quite in the way, but they are getting close to where my hacker is. Yeah, like, you're not going to have the vision cone yet, but you are going to be... So one thing I can check real quick, actually, is you can functionally check your cast ranges, because you can go here and be like, oh, 22 meters, okay. Well... If I run to here, and I hover over my guy, oh, that's 20 meters. Great. So you can learn the ranges, even though right now they don't have a, like, display teammates range indicator. You can at least find it out for yourself. And then, again, this thing has huge range, so I can get up there, probably, under the effects of coordinated charge, and get what I want. Yeah, you're just going all the way across there. It's fine. Not a big concern. So we're about halfway done. Obviously only a third of the way through the loot boxes, but this third is going to be relatively easy. Again, wait for coordinated charge, right? Put all the buffs down. We do hit the entire team. That's good. And then, yeah, that would trigger it, so let's not do that. Alright. We're off of the indicator. For now, we can ignore those guys, and it's fine. So the actual best way to loot these 4 boxes is technically to go to the long one first, if it doesn't cost you an AP. The reason is you go there, you go 1 AP to here. We get another pistol craft, so we can actually make 4 level 2 epic pistols. This is going to be like a, it's like a 12% damage bump over the ones I've already got. So at some point, we can build the nano fab. This is nice. There we go. See, these are looking pretty good, right? So, looking like a solid payday. There's the 4th loot box. Crafting cubes or whatever. I usually have more than I need. Not always, but again, usually. That says it's not going to make any footstep noises. I'm going to be right up against that gold key door, which means I can hit it. We got it from the leverage. Door is open. And so, depending on which way this camera turns, it should be relatively chill. But we're going to go for the kill on this guy. Going to right here seems fine. I believe I can throw enough damage in. If I want to be really safe, I can throw down JTAC and, like, try to guarantee it. I'm going to aim it more like this so I can catch the Cyberknight pretty easily. And then... yeah, we'll need multiple shots to get the kill, but that should be fine with all the buffs. So that's a really helpful crit. My hacker is going to basically just book it across the map. I'm going to start by going there. I'm just going to default you to your pistol real quick. Get to here. Now we're off the sensor. We're not quite in packet loss range. If I ran too far, I'd actually be seen. I don't know what their patrol paths are anymore. But their initiative rolls are 12. Oh, I know yours, and you're only at 12. So I'm actually pretty sure I'm willing to play pretty far up here. Go all the way to here. I don't have to kill the camera this turn, but I'm pretty sure it's correct to. Actually, one thing I can do, be a little bit safe here, yield. Let my Cyberknight go. I want to have at least 4 AP, because I've got to reload in the middle here. Actually, I kind of want to use the assault rifle. The problem is it's very loud. You'd hear it? Okay, can I get far enough away that you wouldn't hear it? Yes. Okay. So ideally, I shoot from here. I am far enough away at 41 meters that I can shoot the louder gun, and it's just more damage, so I might as well do it. It looks like a... Yeah, so it's like, I can kill you for sure with 2 action points. Or I can be like... I mean, maybe. You know? It's like, I lose some range, my damage is lower. It's like, this is just clearly stronger. So, here. Die. Yep. That worked. So, you're down. I can now yield back. And now my hacker can go for the camera, right? Now I know I can send him right here. No one else is in this bioscan field. The guys who are going relatively early next turn are not going to the same place. Yeah, like no one who's going to have a good initiative roll is going somewhere scary. Like you're the worst it could be, and I think you're still not going to run towards anything too bad, so I'm going to run up here. The nice thing is actually it's out of camera radius just barely. And then I'm going to take down this. And then with the one, yeah, because this laser gate is still down for several turns. So camera is down. You're done. Cyberknight can now grab loot. We're looking really efficient here. This is looking quite nice. Okay. Stuff that I can sell. 4 boxes left, so looking for some stabilizer, which means it's... I forgot this box. Shoot. That was a mistake. Yep. I forgot to grab this box for my hacker. Alright, we've got to solve that at some point. Someone's got to go back. Probably him, actually. Actually, it's clearly him. It's the best option by far. So let's group up the team. Okay, orders received. You're going to act. Luco and Rue have been sent. Yep, so we know that you're going to do something, but we know where you're going, and it's this way. Yep. See, as known. Yeah, and you've been woken up for next turn. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, 3 boxes to go. 1, 2, 3. Raze has to get back there, and the problem is he's going to be really annoying and, like, ultimately in the way. That's very unfortunate. We might have to stage some combat. And for now, you can chill. I probably want to get ahead of this guy if I can. Problem is they can hear footsteps, so I've got to, like, spend 1 AP getting out here. Yeah, I want to get out ahead of him if I can, but I'm not sure I can. Right, like, if I sprint it, I can get across. But this thing is going to cost me 2 action points to get away from it. So it's not really accurate. Yeah, I will barely get across the wall here. And so it's like, am I willing to risk that? With my last 2 AP getting just barely over the wall? I think I am. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. I'm willing to risk it. We're going to duck over. We're going to sprint across. And I'm going to pretend that this is fine. If they don't look left, they won't see me. But I'm being a little cavalier with this, to be honest. Alright, and you can go run over here. And next turn you can hack. That's not bad. He'll have Overclock and Hardshell back. He will not have all of his charges of Null Op, but he might not need them. And this is still down for this plus the next 2 turns. He may or may not be done hacking by that point in time. We'll see. Again, you won't see me natively. And it's looking like you're going to be out of AP anyway. Yeah. You're on a normal patrol. I don't care about you. Alright, so... what's the new plan going to be? Like, we can sit here, but I am worried about... oh, yeah, actually, you're going to be sent for one of these bodies as well, right? Now, actually, none of the bodies are, like, way back here, right? It's here, so... theoretically, Raze can hide from this and it's going to be okay, but... yeah, I don't love what I did for myself here, honestly. Okay, how can we make this look good? How can we get... Because the thing is, like, almost anywhere we stand, this camera can see. Cameras have, what, 11 meters of vision, I think it is? So I was like, yeah, I could probably stand here and I probably don't get spotted. Oh, no, I could probably get spotted. I can go to here and not get spotted. I mean, I guess. You've been sent. I think you've been sent for one of these bodies. But you can put the entire team back in the middle here, right? And run them way over here and say my hacker's fine. Let's group up in the middle and make sure Raze is safe. That's probably the best option, honestly, is group up with Raze. Yeah, that's got to be the best option, right? So, really kind of awkward pathing. I didn't have to go much farther. After this kill, I probably should have actually all grouped my team back here. I also should have remembered to grab this loot box. That would have been better, but mistakes were made. But that should be well out of the camera. I'm going to switch to pistol before I forget. And then also take my reload because we're going to have action pretty soon. And then we'll crouch walk up to the wall. Because he's going to need help, probably. One consideration would have been using pre-computed advantage and letting him go early next turn, but I didn't think of that in time, so I'm out of AP. Alright, well, I might get shot here. We'll see what the guards end up doing on their turns. You are hunting, but you're still not looking my way, so you're fine. Okay, you're bypassable. Tactical Surge seems very reasonable here. I also want more information on what everyone is doing. So, I do kind of want to know your patrol path. It is walking a straight line, so we are not worried about you. That's good. That means I can wait. I'm not worried about you. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be scary to me. Let's start the hack. And we are basically right, like this turn, going to fail the low security check, which is fine. Again, I expect to have that happen to me. Alright, so AP cost and then tally. Another yellow host here. Okay. What I'm going to end up doing here... Nah, it's fine. Yeah, the tally's going to be annoying, but it'll be okay. We got a lot of tally for that one. Didn't really have a way around that one. We're going to escalate again. Actually, do I want to go for this now? So, what do I reveal? Scan field, and some cameras that I care about. So I'm going to go dip for this, like, right... Actually, let's do a little bit more planning. We just go to here first. We're going to go, yeah, take the AP, take the tally, and I'm going to reload this. I'm going to come back down here. So this is... Connection health is going to be fine for now. Tallies... I'm going to do it in this order because I feel like it. I'm not sure it's actually correct, but... Connection health is like very rarely going to actually matter here. Turns out I should have scanned while I was there. I didn't count my action points. But I should have actually known that it's 2, 4, 8, 12 to finish this out. So I should have scanned just to like... use the 3 action points, and I didn't. That was a mistake. But regardless, next turn, we're going to load sleaze, knock this out, hack everything, and make pathing a little bit nicer. And then go for the loot. Yeah, otherwise, though, I get to wait and let these guards waste their turns. You did find a corpse, but you're done. You're going to get footstep noises, so let's make sure you're 10 meters away. Yep, that's 11 meters, so we're good. Spend 3 AP, get into the box. I'm going to laugh if this is the stabilizer, by the way. Okay. Still, though, 10k, and the mod are pretty solid. Your patrol doesn't do too much. You're going to be a little bit close to the wall, but I can still bypass you without footstep noises yet. That'll be fine. Cyberknight can still chill. We'll let these last 2 guards go be useless. We can actually bypass you entirely. Oh, maybe not actually because of the corpse. I guess we'll have to see. I guess the corpse is already seen, so I don't really care. And you are just standing at the doorway. Okay, so we can actually extract safely here, right? Because I think the edge of that vision cone is enough that we can walk past him, and it's fine. Don't have to kill you. Don't have to kill you. These guys saw the body, yes, but killing them is going to be very difficult, I think. I think we're so far away that it's going to be hard to get enough damage. So it doesn't seem useful. What I'm going to do here is see how much Raze can do to get out. Because, yeah, the tough thing is he's going to walk by his vision range and his audio range without ducking. Which means it's going to be pretty awkward. And, oh, in fact, these vision cones overlap. So the best thing I probably have is... Yeah, I've got to get him out somehow. Which means we have to get this kill. That kill we need. The other ones are more questionable. But this guy is very much in the way. So I'm going to marker sights him to make that kill easier. I cannot get close enough to get an attack. Like, I just barely cannot. Oh? Maybe? Okay, I can. The scary thing, though, is if your initiative is good, okay, thankfully it's not, then yeah, I'm fine to go for one attack then. Because these two are going to have enough damage. I'm quite confident. So you running out here is, I think, completely fine. I think there is no concern because these initiative rolls are bad and we can get him out. But this guard is blocking my way to leave, so... Okay, no crit, but we got some damage. You're done for now. We can bypass your vision for now, but it's not going to be the easiest. Actually, I can end my turn in that soup, and it's okay. We know that you're standing still, and that wall is going to block a line of sight. So this location is very safe. We know that you're still doing the same patrol, and you might move forward, but your initiative was bad again. So running to here is completely safe. Unless this guard gets awoken by an escalation. At 17 is a little scary, but I think we'll be alright. And we get some pretty easy shots here. We're definitely on pistol. Shot 1. Shot 2. And then, optimally, I reload. I'm actually guaranteed glancing it, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to reload so I have basically 2 more shots in the gun for next turn. And even though it actually goes down, I'm still guaranteed a glancing hit, which is what I got. So there's a chance it could have, you know, that like 20% roll right there would have been... So, I don't think I have a reason to be on this side of the map again. So, even though I just ran all the way over here, it turns out luck was in my favor. I'm going to run all the way back now. I've got to be a little bit cautious because I don't want to end both these guys in the same spot here. I don't want to have the reveal. The security device to create tally for me. So I'm gonna go here to start. It's gonna be angry. I'm gonna shoot you. Great. And then, do I care about boosting his initiative? And I think the answer is no. He rolled an 18. That's very, very safe. So I'm just gonna stand somewhere where, yeah, it looks like she can step out to get line of sight. It's not conjoined, so she'll step out to get line of sight, which means it's actually completely safe and not revealed. And then that means I can also reload. Let's see, the only guy who's going at 19 is Luco, right? You are suspicious. You are going to head somewhere, but I think I'm okay. I don't think you're going to turn toward me based on where you're standing, so I'm going to take my reload for my 1 bullet, and that's going to be fine. 2 boxes left. Okay, you've been told to move. That's actually fine. 1 corpse spotted. Probably going to be sent towards that corpse. High power camera is going to be a bit annoying, but it'll be okay. Okay, lots of dispatches. Gamma, Draco, and Jibo. So you've been woken up. That's actually fine because you're in an annoying spot anyway. Draco, you're too far away for me to care. And Gamma. Yeah, so these guys being woken up is totally fine. And you being woken up, you're just not going to reach me, so I really can just ignore you. So I'm pretty happy with this. Now, if I kill Tau, you're going to see a body. I think I have to just deal with that. Actually, no. If you're unaware, you're not moving. So I'm going to let you be stupid and let these guys run forward. And then we can, like, act a bit later based on new information. You're hunting, but you're probably going to turn left. Yep. We're chilling. We're chilling. This would be a really good JTAC strike zone. Okay, we don't have JTAC, but we have strike zone. I'm going to throw it somewhere like here. I'm just going to kind of centralize it. So depending on how far the guards get, we might catch them. For now, it's strike zone on 1, but it should be strike zone on more long term. Let's go run past these guys, make sure we're safe. As long as I get out by the end of the turn, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to run in a straight line. Reload and just be like, I did nothing. Actually, I'm going to wait. Because what I can do is if I can yield down to the end, I can be like, actually, something is scary. I'm going to like reload then Overwatch. So I'm going to leave him like this. Oh, you are patrolling. I didn't think... Okay, I just didn't check. Now, thankfully, he didn't see us for very long. And so we like weren't in his actual field of view. But I forgot that he actually might do things. So the strike zone is entirely useless because they both walked out. Whoops. What a waste of a debuff. Alright, well, anyway. Sleaze you, and then I actually want to get rid of all of them. We'll get rid of the cameras, and then I'm going to double check that I care about which bioscan field I killed. This is the one that's still up, which is fine. No one's going to be here ever. So we'll leave that one up, and it's fine. Lost sleaze, that's fine. Grab these. Go get some more done. I have to get program loading now because, unfortunately, I didn't load anything else. This is a pretty safe one to go attack, though. When you exit, download access when you exit. Okay. Well, gotta drop both of these. Connection health is still okay for now. We can still knock these down. Tally and connection use. Have enough after the scan. I've got to leave here because I've only got a few action points left. Connection health is still going to be okay. We'll be at 29, which is at least one more escalation away. We'll load all 3 programs. We'll knock this thing out. Come down here, knock the last of it out. We should be able to be done during the next turn hacking. I guess we'll see if that's not going to be true. Okay, so I can't really wait any longer on the Cyber Knight. So yeah, unfortunately, our buff situation is really tragic. So best I've got is shooting this guy. I am probably going to go for the stealth kill on him as well, but it's going to depend on damage output overall. Actually, I don't think I have the damage output, so it's just going to be shoot 3 times, and then the other guy's going to shoot 3 times. Yeah, there's no way I could split damage here. Thankfully, he doesn't know anything. At least doesn't know enough. Okay, you're on your patrol. Sees another body, though, unfortunately. Have you kill that guy. Buffs would have made this easier. His patrol's on the way back now. He's at 17, which is not the easiest for me. You will start moving next turn at 18, but I think you're not going to be able to reveal me fully, so I'm not going to care too much. I'm just going to stand here and it'll be fine. Make forward progress whenever I can. Spending another action point to run forward seems kind of reasonable, actually. Put you here, that way you're definitely behind cover if he walks out. We'll have this guy run for this box, and also grab that box. He's still going to have a clean shot at that guy, so that seems very reasonable. Seems like a good spot to be. And then I'm going to... I'm going to prioritize walking him to safety, I think. Because this patrol route is going to go to right here. And that's probably going to be in vision range. Let's walk you a little bit farther. That should be enough to be safe. They turned the cameras back on. That's really unfortunate. The security escalation was turning devices back on. Yep. Fine. Alright, well. I want to run away from you and kill you. Now, thankfully, this counts as really good cover. So I can pretty reliably, like, just by standing here, not be easily seen. It's going to depend on his random pathing, of course, but there's a good chance that I don't get spotted here. The only annoyance is going to be one of these guys' patrol was coming down. If I yield, is it going to be a good turn for JTAC? The answer is no. So it's just got to be a bunch of shots here. If I can try to disable this camera again next turn, we can actually buy even more time. Because that way we can walk past this camera. It can maybe tank a security escalation. Okay, decent start. Cool. And I think we can just ignore you. I'm actually pretty sure we can do that. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be sad, but I think we can. So I'm just going to walk you to safety. We'll grab the loot later. We'll start triggering escalations relatively soon. Yes, you're finally coming out. You're not going to see me just yet. I think throwing down a bunch of attack buffs here is pretty reasonable. I'll actually even catch the Cyber to make a little bit safer. The tough thing is no one else has a shot right now. So it's like, I can shoot you, but I really can't guarantee that 3 shots are going to kill here. So it seems relatively risky. Like, yes, I have good crit chance, so the chances of critting at least once are high. But is it worth trying to guarantee it? He's actually not even my best gunner. Like, Raze has more damage per shot. So I think it's no. I think JTAC is still fine here because the rest of this actually lines up pretty well. But I think, I mean, yeah, you're out in the open, but I think we can, by our powers combined, roll ahead of you and be okay here. So I think it'll be okay. So a bit of a waste, but whatever. You're hunting the wrong way, so I don't care. And then, are you hunting toward me? No, you're going in a straight line. Wonderful. You don't matter to me then. All right, Hacker, what you got? Right, load one of everything. Come down here. Okay, minus 21, so we have to be done this turn and reconnect. Damage to connection, exit the node, download access. Okay. An escalation could hurt pretty badly. Disarming this is actually useless on both cases. It doesn't really matter what I do. Actually, I shouldn't disarm it because it's going to trigger, it's going to make more tally for me. And I'm going to disconnect, reconnect no matter what happens here. So, take the disconnect. Reconnect. I know I need to load active and passive ice and scan. So I'm going to load these 3. That's fine. This is still fine. Damage to connection and connection use, I guess we'll just do it in that order. There's no reason not to do it in that order. Double passive ice is completely chill. AP cost and program loading both going to be really required here. Actually, not entirely. This could be lucky. Okay, it's not. Great. So next turn, we will disable this, load disarm, reload sleaze, and get our last few downloads. And then actually, what I could have done instead is immediately gone for disabling all this stuff on the walk over, and then like ended here with loaded programs, and then done all this the turn after. That was probably a bit of a mistake. So probably should have had a slightly better turn there, but it is what it is. Another guard has been dispatched. Everyone's in tactical surge, which is nice. I feel like I can bypass both these guys. I'm just going to run out. That seems completely reasonable. And yeah, I'm going to go shoot this guy. And I think the plan here is disable this or this. I'm not sure which. Probably the pressure sensor, because I think this will... It's probably the camera, actually. The camera's more likely to trigger... Well, it's going to trigger twice no matter what. They both trigger twice no matter what. So let's just disable that one. It's fine. Shot 1. Shot 2. Reload. And shot 3. That's just fine. You can now clean this up. And all we're going to do really now is just run around and get all the loot. We'll trigger a bunch of security tally. I don't have a way around that. It just is what it is. So we trigger this once. Trigger this once. I don't believe running alongside it once you're already on does anything. Here's the last piece. This is a decent suppressor. Another 10k is also nice. Total success is pretty wonderful. Oh, it will... No, okay, it doesn't trigger it. Alright, good to know. Alright, well... You might as well grab this then while you're here. I don't see a reason to wait. Nice stuff here. These are both weapon mods. Cool stuff. And I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I do. I'll yield in case the guard does something really stupid. You're hunting. You're on that side now. Got to be a little bit careful. You're hunting the same direction. That's good for me. Okay, you're going back to your old spot, I think. Okay, so you're close to done. As I said, drop you. Load both of these. Go here. Load a program, download an account, damage to connection. Okay, well, damage to connection. Download an account. Don't load any programs, got it. And I believe it is correct to go disable these last few traps, so I'm using up some AP doing this, but ultimately, the cameras are what I care about here. So that's camera 1. There's camera 2. And then I'm done. I'm going to disconnect. And the thing is, with only 2 AP remaining, I'm actually going to go to the edge here. Because if the escalation this turn is reboot devices, this triggers again. I don't want that. So I'm just going to stand at the edge here. Next turn, I'll knock it down. And that'll be fine. Okay. End action for turn. Great. Where was Rue? Where did he go? Okay, yeah, he's useless. I don't think Raze can cleanly kill this guy next turn. They have to go pretty far to get a shot, and I think 2 shots is not going to kill. So this seems very unwise to try, but his initiative is 12, which means running up here and just simply reloading. And I'm not going to bother going for marker sites because I'm going to save it in case there's like a reinforcement escalation. Like, this is a reinforcement spot, by the way. There can be reinforcements right here, and we got to immediately shoot them. And, you know, it's better to marker site somebody who's like much tankier, and you want the accuracy buff to guarantee that it hits every single time. Because you got to shoot them way more times overall. Orders received. Okay. What was the escalation, by the way? It was laser wires, high power. Okay, so now it's laser wires, by the way, that deal 80 damage. So you absolutely must disable these, or you get completely just wrecked by wounds. Either way, you're far from the rest of your team, so obviously pretty chill shots here. Let's go make some forward progress. Yeah, there's no guards remote. Well, you're kind of close by, but I'm not worried about you. I'm just going to get a little bit closer radius, and then not quite the kill, but that's fine. We don't have security scramble for 3 turns. It's going to be a little bit here. But down you go. This camera's down for a few turns, but it will generate heat if it catches me. I guess I could just simply wait. See what the rest of the enemy squad does. Not worry about it too much. This is as far as I can go. Okay, fine. I will stand... Let's just, like, be extra safe and, like, really make sure I'm not in this bioscan field. Whereas that gets triggered. So they do know there are intruders, right? These pressure sensors have been tripped. And so the AI knows to have some guards investigate. We're thankfully down to only 3 guards left. We've managed to pick them off pretty well. And up to sec level 5, we haven't had reinforcements yet. One thing to note is I could try to get my hacker through this way. But we do need to knock these gates down because 80 damage will trigger, you know, wounds, stress, everything on my mercs. So one possibility is get through these guards and meet up over here. Like, obviously my hacker has to kill this, but like, we can all run this way, meet up here, kill these 3 guards, and get out on that spot. Or, it's worth noting that his cooldown is only 2 turns away. So we can, like, hack that. He can get here. Next turn, get here. Next turn, drop the laser gate, and we all run for the exit, right? During turn 13, we make that exit. So it's like, during turn 12, we all stand here. And that's, like, fine, right? That's totally functional. So that's probably the plan I'm going to go for. Thankfully, you didn't turn around and block me, and that would suck. So packet loss. Very clearly, these are the laser wires. Run you across the map. I think standing around here is totally fine. You're far away. You did roll a 17, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay. No escalation for a few turns. I will probably bump his initiative to make sure that we can make that trip safely. Because, you know, they could walk toward me, right? There's a chance it's dangerous. So I'm going to go here. This is also a valid reinforcement spot, by the way. And then just to make sure that my hacker is going to be chill, we're going to bump you so that you're going to go at the start of next turn, or close to it. All right, well, Luco has been sent to intercept. No new information gained. Oh, no, there is, because we triggered this. So the reason that there is a guard sent somewhere is because this got tripped. Yeah, we don't have scramble for another turn or so. I guess just, like, we'll just stand behind the wall for now. It's fine. Yeah, you're hunting, but you're not very close yet. That's good news. Hacker is going to stand right here. That looks reasonable. We're clearly not on the lasers. In case we need to, we'll yield. I don't know why I would have to do anything special, but whatever. Better safe than sorry. I've made mistakes where it's like, I couldn't see why I would do anything else, and then like the turn evolves, and I'm like, I should have waited. Okay, you got a little bit close, but I think we're fine still. Yep, fine. This guy might be triggering the pressure sensor, but that's not going to be seeing us, so it's chill. Here, in fact, let's just do look ahead and make sure that we know what he's doing. Okay. Don't know what he's doing, that's fine. Whatever. This is looking fine. Turn 13 is both coordinated charge and tactical surge at the same turn, so we're going to get a million action points, a bunch of bonus move speed. Reinforcements are close, but not on top of us. Looks like it's 3 divergence, so they're going to be very... If they were in combat, they would have very high evasion. But we're not going to be in combat with them. So yeah, 44 armor, decent health, and yeah, they put up the divergent field when things get scary. Now the one sad thing is, code over here is initiative 10, so we don't, have everything that I would love to have here, but at least we can use all these buffs and make him come a little bit sooner. Yeah, 11 is still a good enough initiative roll, so it's fine. Great, that's fine. Alrighty, let's turn off this laser. Nope. Oh gosh. Okay. I pressed tab into the spacebar, and I'm like, don't ruin this. That's laser wires. Down they go, and let's get out. Thankfully, everyone has just enough initiative to be ahead of the divergence, so we'll be totally fine. Let's make sure the pathing goes out that way. Don't run through those. We don't get the favors from getting low security level, but that's fine. We got it in 13 turns. We got a lot of kills, so if the secondary objective was get a bunch of kills, that would have triggered, but we got all 12 loot boxes. We got both Matrix hosts. We didn't take any wounds or stress as far as I can tell. I believe our cyberdeck took 0 damage. Just a very clean run-through overall. All 3 parts. We level up our guys some more. After payments, we only get 64k, but it's 64k plus a bunch of other stuff, considering that we got a ton of stuff from the 12 loot boxes, and a solid amount from the Matrix downloads as well. This is actually really quite nice. Okay, so the plan for the rest of this recording is to do as much base management as is reasonable. I'll just make a hard save to be safe in case we really care about some of the overwrite save slot. Yes. Okay. In case something to be concerned about here, but there shouldn't be. Right, so welcome back to story content. Once you make the German connection legwork happen, which I managed to get first try, Honest didn't save scum this, cleaned out some rooms, Field Up Center got completed, Underworld Hub, oh, it's interesting, it says Underworld Network, but it's called the Underworld Hub here. Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, basically got the Field Up Center done. I bought leverage for loot, well, unlocked leverage for loophole heist here, so I have alarm malfunction. I can block a security escalation. If I wanted to like pay a bunch more for other stuff, I could do more here, but that's very expensive, and I'm not going to do that. But by rushing Field Up Center first, I get, and I can spend 100k for more, but I get access to leverage, right? And so I can push things back. I can give my team 25 crit chance for a single turn, which is honestly not that bad. It's, decent damage, especially if it's going to be a really important combat turn. As I level up to level 2, I can get better stuff. Minus 50% armor for 2 turns is very, very nice. Also, it works on both stages for any multi-stage Matrix, or not Matrix, any multi-stage mission, which Loophole Heist is. Nanoflake, I haven't ever used, but looks really good. You're literally invisible for the first full turn. That's awesome. Level 3 is the really good one. Hype Advantage is amazing. This is like the reason to go level 3 here. It only costs 100k to go to 2 and then 200k to go to 3. That's not too bad, actually. Like, I'm getting half payment for my missions, and I can still afford level 2 here, right? Like, this is quite reasonable. I haven't used this very much, but it seems fine. But this is, like, a real kicker. What's also fun is if you get any proc gen missions, you can actually force in files and cred chips. So you can actually use this, if you, like, get ahead of the curve power-wise, you can use this to instead inject money into the mission. And they're both going to be in lockboxes. Got the Underworld Hub so we can boost our legwork chances. Level 2 of this is very expensive, but really worthwhile, because it boosts the chance from 10% to 20% additive Legwork Chance. You can also make them go faster in case your people are busy. If you go to module level 2, you can get new mercs. If you go to level 3, you can get new contacts. If you go to level 4, you can start getting crafting cubes. Once you're kind of, keep in mind, like, there's only so much legwork to do, and there's only so many, like, there's only so much space for mercs and only so many contacts you need, that, you know, eventually you're just like, well, I'll just get level 4, and I'll use my token generation to, like, get crafting materials, right? I'm going to make this a hacking station, probably. Probably. This might be a trainer instead. I do like having the ability to retrain my guys. Either way, let's do our training real quick. I realized afterwards that I wanted to try more new things, so even though I pathed up this way towards Atomic Stutter, I actually kind of regret doing that. What I'd rather do is actually go max Steamroll early, which means I've actually wasted a talent point here. Like, I can go Steamroll or Downer. Either one is fine. I do have a lot of crit chance, so, you know, triggering Downer and giving a lot of enemies, you know, minus evasion and plus crit vulnerability is really good. It means if I crit, I can make the rest of my shots crit, and I can make the rest of my teammates crit, and that's really useful. I can go for Downer, and again, print move points and damage and move speed. That's very useful as well. I think ultimately I do want to go this way, and so, like, again, I wasted this talent, and I'm going to have to go invest in this here and, you know, do that, but I'm going to try playing without Atomic Stutter and Rewind, even though these talents are very, 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 very good. And after I'm done with Steamroll, I'm still going to go this way. I'm going to, you know, 1 point Downer, 1 point Rewind, 1 point Stutter, and then go max Downer, just to, like, have a different kind of playstyle here. But yeah, it's quite good. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go this way. So you're done for now. My hacker has the ability to get a bit more going on here. I am going to go take the AP cost down to 0. I'm still going to have to go for the damage increase here. You know, these, like, early game yellow hosts, they almost got one shot by Null Ob. If I got another upgrade here, they would have. Maybe this would have been better, actually, and not this. I don't know. But regardless, grabbing this is very useful. I don't think going for the recharge rate is all that important. I don't really need the better parts of Hard Shell. I don't need the cooldown. I don't really need even the duration of Overclock. But I will eventually go up for 0 interrupt because it's quite nice. So there's that training done, essentially. We've got this soldier still, level 2. But again, we have no use for these guys because they, you know, we don't have a Sims Trainer, we have a Detox. We finally have Legwork open here. And so it's finally time to do the next thing, which is we are in between missions, right? And so we have Dr. Ash feeding us a Legwork, and we have the German Connection feeding us a Legwork. So, because I've played this game a lot, I already know what this does. We have to send Blur, or not Blur, well, normally called Blur. We're going to send our face to make more connections here, and give Owen here our German Connection trait, so she gets, you know, more stuff going on. Also, we want Dr. Ash we want to do legwork for her so that she can get influence, and the favors don't matter, but the influence does. So if you look at Dr. Ash, if we can level up her influence, we can increase her cybernetics access or her medical items access. Ideally, it's this one, of course. That way, she can start giving us better cybernetics, which is useful. Those are nice. So we're gonna start spawning this. And anyway, when you run this legwork, by the way, you actually are able to run 2 of your other mercs, and it gives them minus stress and a positive trait where they like each other. And so ideally, you know, I send my, like, best people who, like, maybe even have some stress. The sniper's at 20, the hacker's at 30, gunslinger's at 20. So these aren't, like, very bad by any means. They're all kind of chilling, but if I can make them like each other, that'd be kind of nice, right? But I don't know who is needed to run Dr. Ash's legwork. And so I'm going to check this first and make sure that... So, hey, she needs some legwork. You can't run an illegal clinic with publicly available crap. So we can basically blackmail some people. So if you want to hack their life, we can send the hacker or our sleuth, who's going to be okay at it. That's very reasonable, and we get 2 favors and 20 influence. If we fail, she gets exposure instead. The alternative is to threaten somebody. Ripley is, if we hire him, we can send him for that. He would be fine at it. Or we could send our sniper, who's going to be a little bit worse at this overall. So it's like, yeah, he would be pretty good at 58. Or she's pretty good at 52. Is hiring a soldier just for legwork correct? Probably not. Money's pretty tight. So I'm going to say, yeah, here you go, Vanguard. Well, you know, you're not very good at legwork, but here you go. You can go help. All right? Let's blackmail them. Okay, great. And then we can go here and say, let's start the other legwork. We want to forge the German connection for our good friend Owen. It would be the place. The face of a Cyber Knight. That would be great. How are you so sure that Warner Braun is looking to make connections? Come on, come on. They're not stupid. They're smart. They're crafty. You gotta make some underworld contacts if you're gonna make that happen. We can send 2 other mercs. And if we want, we can delay. And what's funny is actually, if you are trying to power game, it is kind of correct to delay, because there are some relatively difficult missions that can come out of this. And if you want to like make sure that your party gets a little bit stronger and has more levels, my opinion is that your squad scales harder, even without buying new gear, just off XP, up to get to like level 10 maybe. Your squad scales harder than missions do on average. And so like getting to level 7 or level 10, which to me are like kind of breakpoint levels, and delaying the stuff is technically more powerful. That said, it's fine. You can, just play well and it's totally going to be fine. So we're just going to go for it. So we send our face. She gets to eventually, no matter what, but there's a chance you fail and it takes 10 more days. And then of course we can send people to have fun and party with us. Of course she's busy, but we can send our hacker, have him feel good. And then we're going to go ahead and send probably Raze. I think he's slightly more important to me in that he's just got better damage overall. I think he's just a stronger character than my sniper. So here you go, buddy. You're also going to be great. And they've all got their leave. They're going to be fine. And of course, this is only going to take 7 days. So it'll be fine. They'll be done in plenty of time for Loophole Heist. Now, it's worth noting that if we delayed a little bit, we dragged our heels a little bit, right? Close to level 6. And close to level 6, these guys would, of course, easily level up if we ran one more mission before Loophole Heist and, got higher level. At some point, actually acquiring him is going to be due. And actually, I forgot this was due in 2 days. I should have picked him up and sent him on this legwork here instead. I forgot it was going to be due that soon. So that's a mistake on my part. So, oh well. Let's go to the Underworld Hub. Let's boost legwork at least once. Now we're generating tokens again, so we will use the second token relatively soon. I don't know 100% what happens if this goes down to 0, so I'm going to make a save and just kind of double check that this is working the way I expect it to, which is that this will pop when it goes to 0, but I'm not 100% sure, so let's investigate together. We get our hype limit break, that's pretty sweet. Unfortunately, all these options suck. Strength is not a very good ranged character trait. I pretty much would never take a 30-day buff, especially one that gives armor, which I'm not using. Minus his content doesn't matter. His content is really low, and it doesn't matter until it hits 60. So that doesn't matter at all. So all I can really do is loyalty. Loyalty's fine, but it's not amazing. So whatever, we get a kind of bad option, but I'm not going to save and reload over that. So we're going to overwrite our save and keep moving forward. It's really just to test how this works, because I don't know for sure. Our power supply is done on the nail scrubber, which means you can upgrade it. I don't need to yet. Well, actually, based on how much money I have, I think we're going to start this upgrade now. And then this will turn into my hacking station, as I mentioned. Or the other option, I'm not 100% sure, like, whatever, for now it's fine. We still can't do anything with file sets. Individual files the same. We can look for some of this stuff, though. So we can sell the item blueprint, of course. We've got another item blueprint to sell. Here's the 2 sure shots. Okay, this mass driver goes on SMGs and pistols, so if we want to craft a revolver or SMG, we can give it some really good damage. Right, here's this assault rifle silencer. We've got 2 of them. This goes on ion batteries. Ooh, this is actually really good, actually. I like this a lot. 2 accuracy and 29 pure damage is really good. This is a meaningful amount of damage for a blade, so this is actually kind of nice. I'm happy that's here. We have a pretty solid minus 13. So the basic level 1 silencers, by the way, are minus 10. The level 1 rare is minus 11. If you've got this level 2 epic, it's minus 13. So this is starting to get pretty decent, where it's like feeling kind of usable. Sniper body mod for minus recoil and more Overwatch arc. Okay, fine. Shotgun body mod. We're probably never going to use this, so this is like quite sellable, I think. But If I don't need the money, I'll hold on to it for now. We've got a solid short range scope here that we can basically use to increase AoE. Plus 2 shots is not the kind of body I'm looking for in these almost ever. We've got the very similar thing right here, ultimately. Epic instead of a rare. And then, again, this is not saleable because no one buys level 5s. And then we've got Apex ammo. So we can make pistols have plus 2 reload and 5 arc on Overwatch, which, yeah, that doesn't matter to me at all. So whatever. Can't do much with the files. We have some accounts we can sell. I want to double check. Potato's at 60 influence, so if we sell him the legendary, he goes to 80, which means he will limit break and potentially get level 3 cyberdex, level 3 programs. That's pretty sweet. Rest of these we can just kind of sell. I don't think it actually matters who you sell it to, but whatever. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, we'll just save to be like, hey, this is still the progress we're making. All right, let's see what happens if it goes to 0, because I don't know 100%. Okay, unfortunately, we got a really bad option on him. We got, his items are cheaper, and he pays us more for files. Yeah, I wanted to have him sell me better cyberdex. I don't have any favors to sell him to, you know, force other options, so unfortunately, we got a really bad option. Oh well. Let's see what happens at 0. Oh, it goes away. Okay, I didn't know that. So let's go ahead and... We did our science, right? Now we know. We have to talk to him. That's fine. We can do that. That's totally reasonable. Start interaction. Let's meet Ripley. You're a soldier for Las Vegas. So we could say that he was a door kicker, which gives him strength and close quarters accuracy, so he's good with like urban assault rifles. We can say he was a long shot, giving him tech and making him bad at using those. To be fair, I think tech is a better generic stat, so just saying here you go, you have some plus tech is acceptable. But you say, well, you're calm, you can ignore recoil, and ignoring recoil is really good if you're going to shoot full auto, right? It's baseline accuracy. Now, strength is also ignore like 1% recoil per point. Now, generally speaking, you're going to have not 100 recoil per turn, so ignore 1 recoil is better than 1 strength, just outright. I'm not going to be shooting him in melee, basically ever. He's not going to hold a sword, so, you know, this is just a better version of that. Do I care about will and stress resist? Not at all. But calm is better than door kicker if you're not using a close quarters accuracy weapon. Now, the other option is to say, well, what if you have tech and you gain some crit chance? This one is, like, maybe usable, right? Like, again, the 1 recoil is just straight up 1 accuracy as long as I've moved at all in this turn. 1 tech is 1 crit chance, which is usually not as good as 1 accuracy. You generally rather have accuracy than crit chance, and unless you've got like a really specific kind of gun. But I am also willing to give him an urban assault rifle and say, actually, go be good at this. Take your close quarters accuracy, use an urban assault, because that's 3 accuracy, and we can call it like 0.5 accuracy from the strength from recoil compensation, and I think that's reasonable. I'm not gonna give a sniper rifle. I think we can say you're a door kicker. You're gonna be okay at that. So, what do we think? Also, do you have any other information about your backstory? We can set a backstory option here as well. You can have someone at McKellen hate him, and he's put a bounty on his head. He has a messy history with the Fenians, so there's someone who's angry with the Fenians. Or he was part of the Barton prison raid, which is how our hacker got freed. And so Bravestar hates him. And Bravestar, of course, in military security, they're the strongest set of factions, basically. So it's like, do you want a gang to hate you? Do you want a corp to hate you? Do you want the cops to hate you? It's funner to say the cops hate you. So Clive Zepp. Oh yeah, that's who they were trying to spring. Yep, the law wants his head. So what do we think? So after making this call, we can say, well, we can delay. We don't need you just yet. And in fact, we can, you know, for free and say, hang on. Of course, he's still due in 6 hours, so we can't really do anything else here. So it's due in 6 hours, so let's start the interaction and say, you know what, welcome to the team. Because people are busy with legwork, there's going to be missions due eventually. I think it's reasonable to start growing the roster. Again, I don't ultra need him, but having backups is nice. And we can say, yep, welcome to the team. And again, I made a mistake by not bringing him to this initial legwork here. It was a bit of a mistake, but oh well. Just keep making my progress go forward. So, welcome to the team, buddy. Now, of course, a couple of things here. One, get rid of the mods on this pistol. In fact, unequip the pistol. This assault rifle can be unequipped as well. this stuff can be unequipped, and we'll just give you a first aid kit because why not? We've got 5 armors already. I do probably want to give him a better assault rifle, so we'll just take that one. So now everyone's got, you know, normal ARs now, right? Some of them are upgraded, right? We got 2 Street Dragons. We've got 2 level 1 assault rifles here. We've got these upgraded pistols. He can be trained. In fact, before I forget, instantly respec him. When it's time to send him on a mission, I will spec him, but for now he's not going on any missions. I think he's more likely to wear the armor and actually go on something, so we'll leave him like this. We'll give him the Urban Assault. We'll give him, I don't know, one of the bucket pistols. I don't need that one. I'll have him hold the Slugger instead. Yeah, so if we ever had a combat mission, we do have 5 equipped people that we could use. Great. That means everything else we can basically sell. So we can sell the 5th Silencer. We don't need it. We can sell the HE Grenade because we're never going to use it, right? It's against the rules. We're going to sell the Cram Shot. We're never going to use it. We're going to sell the Patch X Kit. We're never going to use it. We're going to sell the 6th Armor. We're never going to use it. And we can sell this little basic pistol because we're not going to use that either. Got a little bit more money. 150k. Not bad. Let's again save our progress because why not? He's ready to train. We're still busy on tasks. And so the next play is basically to let this legwork all complete, right? And then when the legwork's all done and my mercs are ready to go and ready to do their next thing, then we will... Oh, so here's another thing, by the way. Here is... Okay. Here is another legwork opportunity, by the way. So this is due in 8 days, which means I could, like, wait until we get really close to next token generation time. So that I'm going to have 2 tokens basically in time. Right? Go to, like, this is due in 12 hours. Go here. This ends up being... This is a storyline legwork, which you only get 1 chance to succeed on. It can definitely fail. Now, the nice thing is, normally, this guy with a combat trait is actually good at running it. Having something like Door Kicker actually gives you a good chance at, like, succeeding. And so I want to do this with 2 Underworld Hub tokens. And this is actually why I rush Underworld Hub, is because Legwork chances are relatively low. And if you don't want to save and reload to, like, get lucky with Legwork chances and save and reload until you succeed, then you want to generate tokens relatively early. And you also want to boost this to level 2 so you can get 20% per token. And as you can kind of see here, right, 20% per token, if you can use 2 tokens in the legwork, is basically a guaranteed success, because plus 40 is going to get you there. And so if you can, like, scrounge up enough money to make that happen, you generally be pretty happy with doing so. So that's, like, a really, you know, a reasonable way to think about doing this kind of stuff. Now, the ultimate result here, what I'm going to try to do is come down to these being almost due, grab this extra legwork here, use the Underworld Hub to boost these 3, as well as this one. And then by the time the mission's almost done, I'll get another Underworld Hub token. I'll boost it again. These guys will all be out of their legwork. And we're going to basically stop when this is done and save here. And I'm going to basically do another sort of off-camera save and reload to make sure we get a unique map for this bodyguard mission, because it's not guaranteed that we get a unique map here. But I don't want to, you know, redo maps that have already been in the run. And so that's sort of the, like, small, like, cut that I'm going to make, right? All right. So what I'm going to do, actually, real quickly, is change the safe house timeline speed to make sure I don't go too... Okay, that's actually too slow. That's a bit slow for my taste. I'm going to decide to build the hacking station. I think it's worth. I think it's reasonable. I could go for the trainer instead. In fact, I can just put in power and wait to decide, but let's pick a different... a slightly more reasonable speed for this. Hype limit break. Okay, we got a decent one at least. Loyalty is fine. Will is, I would argue, an okay hacker stat, because there is unavoidable stress rolls when doing high-level hacking, and so actually having stress res on your hacker is useful, because you cannot avoid it. It will happen to you. However, I would still rather have tech or maybe even reaction for move speed, but Digital Rush is just good because, you know, Matrix AP, right? Cool. Hit limit break. Again, you got really bad options. You are a gun user and you got offered strength. You got offered a short-term buff. Why do I keep getting offered the bad ones? I don't know, but I guess we're going for loyalty because at least it's not garbage. Very unfortunate, but oh well. Again, I'm not trying to save so anything. I just want to make sure I don't, like, I'm able to, like, test things, or if I make a mistake, I'm going to be okay. So yeah, is the choice hacking station or is the choice sim stream trainer? I think we can go hacking station for now and do the trainer later. I'll do the trainer in the bottom row. I think that's fine. Again, we'll grab this before the Legworks are all due. That should be okay. We're running short of time for loophole heist. It's fine. Don't worry. It's not due for several days. It's way over here. It's in 4 days. It's not a problem. Here, again, I don't want to accidentally not run it, so I guess, you know, I'll keep making a save so I don't make a stupid, like, clerical error on my side. Nanoscrubber level 2 is done. Great. This means I can go ahead and go for cold storage level 2. I think that's very reasonable to go for. Let's add this to the list. This allows me to get 3-piece file sets. As we can see here, if we look at the file sets here, I guess I could mint this if only I had a level 2 cold storage. So, you know, let's just start having this upgrade happen. Okay, fine. I know I'm doing like way too many saves here. This is just, I'm neurotic about this kind of stuff. I shouldn't be, but that's just kind of how I am when playing games. When given the option to save, I just do it constantly. All right, so this is doing 9 hours, which means let's go ahead and actually make the rest of this move forward. So again, I know I'm being really neurotic. Sorry about that. Time for a personal favor about your son. His name is Chad Rubin. What a great name. He's gone too far. He went on a bender with the K-Milieu, and he's disappeared into the belly. Can't take it to his people. It's too much to risk, but he is my son. You could come back with us? I'll pay his debts, everything, but whatever's needed. And then we can ask some very annoying questions to our guy here, like, what if he's already dead? Don't bring him back. Okay. So why do you want him back, exactly? Gotta get him in a position somewhere. Okay. Alright, well, time for legwork. Thankfully, yep, as mentioned, Ripley as a door kicker is decent at this. So 63% base chance. And again, if I had a level 2 Underworld hub, I could go +20/+20 and guarantee it. Best I can do is basically go to 73 and then 83 and then hope it's good enough. 8 days is not horrible. If I fail, I get injured, and unfortunately, Chad is dead. But hey, if we get it correctly, then we get Chad out of safety. Wouldn't that be nice? So, welcome to the team. And what's funny is because I very often pick door kicker or long shot for him, this character really commonly is the guy who runs this legwork for me, because he tends to get hired pretty close to the time that this legwork is offered, and because he's not one of the main 5, he usually isn't high level and is not part of like the main mission crew, because he doesn't get hired right away, right? And so, pack a change of clues, clothes, pack some weapons. All right, off he goes. Great. All right, well, we sent him to it. Wonderful stuff. And we'll go ahead and use our Underworld Hub token, boost the chance by 10%. So he's at 73. He's due in about 8 days, and we're going to get a token in 3, so we'll be able to use that to boost the chances. These, of course, we cannot. So here we go. Fingers crossed that we're going to get what we want. First one. Okay, first one success. That's nice. +2 favors, +20 influence. So we can go look at Dr. Ash, and she likes us more now, right? She's getting closer to a limit break to maybe get better cybernetics. She now has some favors here. Wonderful stuff. Happy about that. Okay, great. All right, he's out partying. How's he doing? He's happy. We take those. Great. We save after all of our RNG rolls. And so, yeah, who was sent? I guess he was sent. He got -10 stress for this, right? All right. 3 for 3? Sadly, no. Or sadly, yes. Or wait, what? Thankfully, yes, 3 for 3. Okay, cool. Glad it was used. These guys are now They're now friends. That's cool. So tags like that can be used by the game to create storyline missions. So these guys, yeah, so he lost -20 stress. He lost -10, I think. But now, not only is he a friend with Ripley, who we just recently hired, he's now a friend with Raze because they went to the club together. So look at that. Cool. And so I assume it's possible to, like, at some point, the mission generator that, like, is in this game, that is, like, the underpinning of how missions get created over here, it can like key into things like, oh, they're friends, and friends can spawn like mission type X, or they're enemies, or a sibling or whatever. That's going to be able to, you know, unlock mission type Y and whatnot. So we've got another field ops token. Loophole Heist is of course offered to us. So I'm going to stop the recording here. Hope you enjoyed the sort of random base management stuff here. The goal is going to be to generate the bodyguard mission such that it is going to be interesting and a basically fun one to show. I will end up using field ops and hacking station tokens as needed to maybe make this a little bit easier if it's required. In fact, Loophole Heist does have Matrix Host on the 2nd level, which means I can go here and be like, actually, I want my hacker to have more damage for 2 turns so that he can like cut through the CPU, or pop this and like reveal all the files and accounts on the current host so I can scan the file nodes from the outside and reveal all the traps. To be fair, that's actually really useful. And in fact, I don't know about this one. I'll wait to see what's in the bodyguard mission, but again, I'm not going to do the save and reloading in the recording. I think it's going to be honestly fairly boring. So we're going to stop here, be forward a little bit in base management, and I'll see you next episode for maybe Loophole Heist or maybe this mission. I guess we'll see. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.